Of course, is going to bring some impacts, and if you're careful and you're smart about it, you know it's going to be a bad day, right? Weather-wise, you have to watch falling trees if the winds get that strong. But this can be life-changing here. This storm, Hurricane Maria, for people in the Caribbean, including Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Chris, you said it. This is going to be leaving long-lasting impacts. There are people here, the same areas we're seeing already recovering from Irma. They're already facing some really devastating circumstances. This is not going to help, but we are likely here. We have a Category 4 hurricane here as of the latest. But Chris, taking a look at the satellite imagery and the things that we're seeing today, it's possible that this storm is still undergoing its rapid strengthening. So we could be seeing that intensity even come up within the next 24 hours.
And when you look at this, there's not a lot that gives you hope, right? I mean, in the sense that it's getting more symmetrical, and it looks like the thunderstorms around the center are getting more impressive.
That's right. If you look at these deep purple colors here, they almost wrap around the center of that storm. Those are the very strong thunderstorms that we need to sustain. That's a sign of a very mature, very strong hurricane. So this system is well on its way. And what Chris is referring to, the not giving hope, it's just that these conditions here are going to be favorable for further development. So unfortunately, maybe some land interaction here may cause some changes, but it's likely not going to be enough in this area to really stop a storm of this magnitude.
But the land interactions that you're talking about, this storm could ultimately change that land.
Yeah, we saw it with Irma. We saw what happened in Barbuda, where 95% of the structures there were gone after the passing of that system. We have a similar storm here, a potentially Category 5 storm moving through the Leeward Islands. And now look at this, direct hit here to the eastern coast of Puerto Rico. It's been a long time since we saw something like that. The island there has many things to be aware for, the mountains there coming into play, but very strong winds heading directly into the island, likely 6 to 9 feet of storm surge above ground. So we have the flooding then potential with that push of water onshore moving into the areas near the coast.
So the fact that the way this is going, Dr. Navarro, the storm's going to go, and initially the wind's coming generally out of the north, perpendicular to the mountains, and potentially San Juan and the north side going to get hit.
Right.
Then as it moves and the winds now come out of the south, we're talking rainfall here, the wind's going to be something else. But like Ponce and the other cities on the south side, then they could have the horrible flooding from this storm.
Absolutely. You can see here the wind streams moving now from the ocean to the land. So the southern coast of Puerto Rico, the Caribbean side, after the storm passes, you're not out of the threat zone because now you have the onshore flow here moving up those mountains. And so we could be seeing those river levels come up, the streams flooding down, flooding there. Again, the threats here are many in a lot of these places. Look at this. It also moves on here to affect the northern coast of the Dominican Republic and then Haiti after that, where we might see the Bahamas and then Turks and Caicos coming back into play, another area that was hard hit by Irma. So this is just devastating to see a forecast like this because we're seeing just the same thing happening over again. And unfortunately, that is looking like to be the case. So a lot of these places in the Caribbean under the warnings here, hurricane warnings are the purple ones. This is the central Leeward Islands. So Dominica, Guadeloupe, most of the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Culebra, Vieques, all these places under hurricane warning because we are expecting those conditions in the next 24 to 36 hours.
And then beyond that, we don't really know yet, do we?
We're watching very closely for the upper level pattern. We are expecting that storm to continue a northwestward trend. You can see that general direction here in the colors that are painted out. But the U.S. impacts here could not be ruled out down the road. But we still have to see how things play out before we can really say with any certainty.
And this is scary. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, we're much closer look at this.